What's up guys, welcome back. Going out spearfishing today, and this time I'm joined by my brother Toby. This is his second time spearfishing ever. We're gonna go out, shoot some fish, hopefully cook it up for dinner, and I'll film Toby and go through some of the mistakes that beginners might make. Any words?
Yeah, haven't eaten for 24 hours, living the primal lifestyle. So we're gonna be sleeping out here tonight. Whatever we catch, we're gonna eat. If we don't catch anything, I'm not gonna eat, so let's go.
You ready?
Let's do it.
A couple minutes in, and Toby had already gotten his first fish, a good old magpie perch. But from my point of view, he didn't have to take such a rush shot, as the fish wasn't really going anywhere, and instead could have taken a bit more time and lined up a better placed shot. Regardless, we now had a fish for dinner. Alright, you can let go of your gun now, it will float. Let go of the gun. Yeah. Then get your knife out and you're gonna brain it. After that we came across a Dusky Morwong, which is probably the most prized fish here in the waters of South Australia, so we didn't hesitate to take it. One thing I noticed though when Toby took the shot was his arm was bent, and ideally when you're shooting, you want to straighten and lock your arm, not only because that will give you a bit of extra range, but also make your shot more consistent, since your gun will always be in the same position. Versus if your arm is bent, it will always be at a slightly different angle. Anyway, another common mistake that a lot of beginner divers do, and even I still do this, is chasing fish and trying to take a shot when the fish is swimming away. Try diving and go right to the bottom and line the bottom and hold your breath. They should come in closer to you, rather than chasing them. After some words of wisdom, he put into practice the very next dive and it paid off. So now that we had a few fish, and I knew that we weren't going to starve that night, I could do some spearing myself. I was testing out the new TREVALLY Tahitian carbon pranger gun, which had a bit more overhang, so I was keen to see how it shot. As I was gunning the drummer, a few little hungry snapper came through, which was pretty cool to see, because currently here in South Australia, there's a statewide snapper ban in the Gulfs, which meant that lucky for these snapper today, they weren't going to cop my new pranger gun to their face. In the end, I decided to burley up the whole drummer to see what else would come in, as well as to try and fatten up these snapper for one day when the ban is lifted. But at this stage, it looks like it might be extended for a few more years. Soon enough, the burley attracted a school of garfish and a few nice trevally, so I decided to take one of the trevallies, as I wasn't too keen on eating just drummer and duskies for dinner. This should just be common sense, but never take a shot on the fish if someone is behind it. Unfortunately I didn't get it on video, but after multiple attempts, Toby finally managed to hit one, which I was really impressed by. Small fish like garfish, you don't really have to brain, you just get here and just snap its neck. Oh, yeah. But nice, good job! It was hard to get. Yeah. I couldn't let him show me up like that, so went off and shot one myself. After that we came across another dusky, and you can see Toby dived down and then had to position himself underwater, when instead he should have tried to position himself on the surface and then dive down with the right angle. It's only a minor thing, but on fish that spook easier, it will be the difference between whether you get a shot off or not. It's important that if you're going to be shooting into caves and fish at close range, that you choke your bands, as the last thing you want is a bent pranger head. So I just put like a little crate in this cave. Don't have a torch, so we're going to have to get right in there. I think it might be legal, but I guess we're about to find out. I've found that often how you perceive the size of the cray is relative to the size of the ledge it's in. For example, this cray was in a pretty narrow crack, making it come across a lot bigger than it actually was. Yeah, that's fine. That's definitely undersized, but we'll let him go. It's a shame I forgot my torch this day, as I've got no doubt there would have been other crays in the area, which I just couldn't see. So, let me know if you guys would be keen to see another wobbegong shark catch and cook, as they're a bit of a pest here in SA, and I'm seeing them on a lot of my dives. After going for a bit of a swim, I came back and checked the ground bait, which was now littered with snapper, with a few bigger models getting around. It was seriously so cool to experience it, and is a sight I don't see very often. I've never had the chance to shoot a big snapper, but I'd estimate that some of these fish getting around would be around the 5 kilo mark. They were literally hanging around all day and taunting us, almost as if they knew we couldn't shoot them. However, one came right up to me, so of course I had to shoot it, as it would have been wrong of me to let a dumb fish like that pass on its genes to future generations. Nah, I'm just kidding, calm down, I would never. Although I was definitely tempted, I knew it wouldn't be the right thing. And I really hope everyone else in SA is showing the same restraint and following the rules, whether they support the ban or not. Anyway, in the few hours that we've been in the water, Toby had seriously come such a long way, for someone who's only been spearfishing twice, from starting off chasing fish mid-water to now getting straight to the bottom and waiting for the fish to come to him. However, I guess you could say that's more a reflection of his teacher, or even the wetsuit he was wearing, which belonged to one of SA's best Spearos, Dave Schofield.
Snapper feeding frenzy behind.
We were both getting pretty hungry, so decided to gut the fish and clean them in the water before we headed in, which drove the snapper crazy.
Watch this garfish head. Ready?
As we were heading in, Toby couldn't resist taking one more Dusky for the plate. His duck dive could use some work, but that's just something that will get better with time. Once again, he could have also planned his dive a bit better. Nonetheless, he still managed to secure the Dusky, which is currently his favourite fish to eat.
So we just headed in now. We're out for about 4 hours. Got a pretty solid feed. A lot of Duskies, couple silver drummer, 2 nice garfish, trevally, cuttlefish. Pretty productive dive. It's crazy how many snappers out there. I'm gonna head in though, have a bit of a break, and then we'll cook up the feast for dinner.
So, on tonight's menu, you guessed it. Fish! We've got the silver trevally, couple gar, little cuttle, and the delicious 10 out of 10 Dusky Morwong. So my brother's gonna be cooking it up. He's just over there getting everything ready. But I'm starving and looking forward to having a seafood feast. So my brother Toby brought some mystery fruit. Comment down below if you know what this is. It's the
birthday present.
The king of the fruit. What do we have on the menu tonight?
Like an Asian fish with lemongrass, ginger, garlic, onions, and butter. We're just getting this going right here, all organic. And then we're gonna add the fish, and at the end we're gonna add like a bit of soy sauce and a bit of sesame oil. Fish is ready.
Have a look.
Let's go.
What is that? Garfish and trevally in there. And Toby's got the Dusky, since he shot it himself.
The Wagyu of the sea.
It's not the Wagyu of the sea. Beautiful view. Gonna kick back and relax, and then we'll get up tomorrow morning for a dive.